What's happening, financial coaches? Pete here. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to talk to you and ask you a question, really. Are you using the activities that you've developed for your clients? And basically, why this came up was I saw a comment about using the money wheel of life. And some people were asking about, should I add that to my intake assessment and my budget worksheet and those types of things? And this person was really layering on the number of prerequisites that the client had to do before they came into that coaching session. My question about this is, why are you asking for so much stuff? Why are you asking so much stuff early on? And it can be to get a good picture of what your client is doing. And I did a video about why I don't use assessments anymore. But what I really think here is that sometimes I think these activities do more for us than they do for the clients, and not us as in practical use. They just do more for our ego or our need to feel important or to feel like we're in control and that we are conditioning our clients to do the things that we ask, right? Are they useful, right? I have really had freedom by dispensing with the things that I don't really find useful. There are a lot of things that I think we look at and we say, hey, we should have this and we should have this and we should have this. I went through an exercise where we had a list of the things that we use in every coaching session. Not every coaching session, but all the coaching sessions that we've ever done. What are the things that we've used? Budget worksheets and training guides and debt guides and lawyer referrals and blah, blah, blah. We had this long list. And what we wanted to do is just go through the list and saying, hey, does this apply to most sessions, the minority of sessions, or all sessions? And I guess what? When we went through that exercise as a group, most people thought they should apply to all sessions, right? And so you have this really long list and you have all these resources. And the reality is, most of those apply to the minority sessions or no sessions at all. But I think in our mind, we think that they do. We think they're more universal. We think they're more helpful than they really are. And so my question is, why are you using these activities? Why are you using so many activities, right? Are you using them when you get into that session? So if this person is doing a financial assessment and an emotional assessment and the money wheel exercise and a budget worksheet or spending tracking or whatever, and they send that to you, are you sitting down with it beforehand and getting a picture of what they've got? And then you're coming into that session now knowing kind of more about their background and then asking them what their goals and objectives are, and then using that information as context to help craft a better suggestion, better guidance for them? Or are you really relying just whatever they say in that session, right? Because I've looked at a lot of budget worksheets and the budgets should work out. And yet the client says, hey, I'm still $300 short each month. Well, the budget worksheet doesn't say that you're $300 short, so I'm not sure why. And your spending tracking doesn't say that you're $300 short. But I do see the charges continue to rack up on the credit card. I do see cash missing that's unaccounted for out of your bank account, whatever it might be. Where's that coming from? Or, it's money that's coming out of a drawer in your closet or whatever it is, right? And so I rely mostly on what really is happening and not necessarily what's getting documented on paper. And so again, I ask, is the reason for these to have pretty handouts with your logo on it and things that you think the client is going to feel better about themselves with? Or are you really expecting them to discover something in that process? Are you really expecting them to have an eye opening moment because of it? Or are you really expecting to be able to come better equipped to the session because of that information? And if you are, then great. But if you're doing it because it's not a need, when you ask, should I be using the money wheel? It doesn't sound like there's a need that's driving it. You're just asking. Because if you felt like, man, that session that I just did with them, if they had done the money wheel exercise, we could have short circuited that. We could have made a lot more progress. And the session before that, we could have made a lot more progress if they'd done the money wheel and that. Then you wouldn't be asking the question. You would just be saying, hey, this is really important. It's something that's really helpful to me. It would be something that gets us further down the road quicker. It would be something that they really enjoy. It would be something they find value of. You would just do it. But when you're asking the broad population of financial coaches out there, if I should be using this, then you probably don't need it. That's my guess. My guess is that you probably want to add it because you looked at it and you thought, hey, this is clever. It's pretty looking. It's really understandable, whatever. I've been victim of that. We've made some really glossy handouts that we've never needed, but I found a way to force them into the conversation. So are you force fitting things in? Do you have a tool that you're looking to use, or are you looking for the need and then picking the tool? That's what I'm asking. So if you are building activities, worksheets, handouts, resources, those types of things, and you don't have the need, it's not something that you're saying, "Hey, I'm going to hold off my next sessions until I get this done because it's just so important to have it." If you're just building stuff because you think the volume of the resources you have that have your $5 logo on it, that's going to continue to impress people. It's going to continue to build the experience and to deliver satisfaction to your clients. I think you might be wrong. Just my thought on it. That's it for today. See you later.